Legacy government warns against attacks on law enforcement officers within Central Business District. House of Representatives suggests establishment of one computer-based test center per local government to curb UTME stress. On the foreign scene, Turkey confirms talks between Russia and Ukraine amid ongoing invasion. In sports, Flying Eagles coach takes blame for team's loss to South Africa in 2025 Under-20 AFCON. And now the details. I am Mike James. The Legacy government has warned that any resident of the state who attacks its law enforcement officers on duty, especially officers of the Central Business District CBD, will face the full wrath of the law. While speaking at the ongoing ministerial press briefing at Alausa Ikeja, Special Advisor to the Governor on Central Business District, Bola Olumegbon Lawal, hinted that 3 people have been prosecuted for attacking officials during the course of their duties. The Special Advisor, who noted that the Lagos Island and Ikeja CBD have been open to business, appealed to traders and other relevant stakeholders to take ownership of infrastructure in their domain and protect them from vandals with a call to obey all traffic rules.
I want to use this opportunity to appeal to our stakeholders, especially different transport unions, market associations, and CDAs, to obey all traffic, environmental, and physical planning laws of the state. By doing so, there will be less friction between the agency's enforcement team and our stakeholders.
Olumegbon Lawal also said in the period under review, 926 vehicles and 33 tricycles were impounded for various traffic offences ranging from illegal parking, one-way driving and obstruction of traffic. Our correspondent Adiola Kindele quotes the Special Advisor at CBD as warning against street trading, stressing that any good confiscated will not be released, while 5 CBD officers are also undergoing disciplinary action for gross misconduct to serve as a deterrent to others. In line with the scheduled maintenance works on Marine Bridge by the Federal Ministry of Works, the Lagos State government has released a traffic management plan which will commence on Sunday 18th of May to Sunday 8th of June. Commissioner for Transportation Oluwaseun Oshiemi in a statement said to minimize traffic disruption, the maintenance work will be carried out in 2 phases. Oshiemi said phase 1 will span from the foot of Marine Bridge, Lawani Oguntayo Road, inbound Apapa Costain, while phase 2 will cover Ijora Badia and Lily Pond access ramp inbound Apapa. During the maintenance period, motorists inbound Apapa from Ijora Lokma are to use Ijora Causeway access ramp by Omni Retail Company and continue their journey. Those heading to Apapa from Costain will be diverted into a counterflow on the lane inbound Costain. In the same vein, from 2nd to 8th of June, motorists from Ijora Lokba going to Apapa will be diverted through Ijora Causeway access ramp by Omni Retail Company to Lily Pond Access Road to continue their journeys. The bridge will be fully reopened to traffic on Monday, 9th of June. As the National Sports Festival 2024 begins today, the Ogun State Traffic Management Agency, TRACE, has issued a traffic advisory for motorists across the state. TRACE spokesperson Babatunde Akimbi, who confirmed this, said the routes within the Abeokuta, Ijebu-Ode and Remo areas are expected to experience heavy traffic flow because the games will be coming up in these areas. He noted that while there will be total diversion in some routes, others will be monitored for strict adherence to traffic rules. Akimbi said for the opening ceremony, scheduled to be held on Sunday, May 18, at the MKO Abiola International Stadium, Kuto, Abeokuta, road users who have no business along the routes leading to the stadium and its environs should avoid the access. Similarly, the routes leading to Alake Sports Center, where other categories of sporting activities will be held in Abeokuta, will be diverted to one-way traffic from Monday, May 19 to 30 for orderliness to prevail. He urged owners of vehicles parked by the roadside along the routes to remove them on or before Sunday, May 18 to avoid being towed. A bill for an act to amend the Electoral Act 2002 to make it mandatory for Nigerians of maturity age to vote in all national and state elections has killed second reading in the House of Representatives. The proposed legislation was sponsored by the Speaker Tajuddin Abbas and member representing Bassa Jos North Federal Constituency of Plateau State, Daniel Ago. Leading the debate during plenary, Ago said the bill aimed to encourage citizens' participation in the electoral process, noting that voter apathy during elections will be addressed if the bill scales legislative scrutiny. The Deputy Speaker, Benjamin Kalu, in his contribution, believes this is a good step in the right direction, citing examples of other countries such as Australia, where the practice is upheld. To the rest of the stories. The House of Representatives has called for the establishment of at least one computer-based testing CBT in each of the 774 local government areas of the country for the Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination UTME. The lawmakers made the resolution during plenary following the admission by the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board JAMB that there were glitches in this year's examination. The House said the move will aid in forestalling future recurrence, calling for calm in the wake of JAMB's admission to errors in the 2025 UTME. This is after the Senate last month mulled a similar resolution saying there will be budgetary provisions in 2026 fiscal year for the establishment of CBT centers across the 774 local government areas of the country. The Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria, BORN, has commended the open admission of human and technical errors by the Registrar of the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board, JAMB, Isiaq Oluyede. In a statement, the Executive Secretary of BORN, Yemisi Bangbushi, said taking personal responsibility as a leader was a demonstration of an exemplary courage that symbolizes accountability and integrity, which deserves commendation. Bangbushi noted that Oluyede and his team also deserve accolades for being proactive in finding solutions that will not jeopardize the future of the applicants who were caught up in the technical glitches. According to him, BORN Equality takes into cognizance the positive collaborative efforts between JAMB and WAEC to jointly navigate the challenge at hand. The organization urges people in position of authority and power to always cultivate the culture of thoughtfulness and accountability that will project a good image of the country. In a renewed effort to address rising insecurity and strengthen the relationship between security forces and civilians, the Nigerian Army has deepened its civil-military cooperation initiatives across the country. The move, spearheaded by the Chief of Defense Staff, Christopher Musa, emphasizes non-kinetic approaches to security as a complement to ongoing military operations. Speaking during a recent outreach program in Sokoto, Musa, who was represented by the Chief of Defense Civil-Military Relations, Olusoya Bankole, highlighted the significance of winning the trust and confidence of communities. According to him, these initiatives aim to demonstrate that the military is not only a combat force, but also one that is a vital instrument of governance and national development. Today is International Day of Living Together in Peace. The United Nations General Assembly, in its resolution, declared the day as a means of regularly mobilizing the efforts of the international community to promote peace, tolerance, inclusion, understanding, and solidarity. It also aims to uphold the desire to live and act together, united in differences and diversity, in order to build a sustainable world of peace, solidarity, and harmony. The day invites countries to further promote reconciliation to help to ensure peace and sustainable development, including by working with communities, faith leaders, and other relevant actors through reconciliatory measures and acts of service, and by encouraging forgiveness and compassion among individuals. And in some foreign news, Turkey says peace talks between Russia and Ukraine will take place this morning in Istanbul, including a representative from the United States. The Turkish, who are facilitating the proposed peace talks, are straining every sinew to get the two sides in the same room. Meanwhile, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio arrives in the same city for talks with Turkish and Ukrainian officials after telling reporters last night that he did not have high expectations for today's negotiations. Ukraine president had said he was sending his defense minister to the negotiations, but that Russia was not serious about real talks. In sports, Flying Eagles head coach Aliou Zubairu has accepted responsibility for his team's defeat to South Africa in their semi-final encounter at the 2025 Africa Under-20 Cup of Nations. Nigeria lost 1-0 to the Amajita at the Suez Canal Stadium, Ismaila, on Thursday. Tylan Smith scored the winning goal in the 66th minute. Zubairu, during his interaction with the media after the game, said the tournament has helped the team identify the players capable of stepping up to the next level and those who are not. He also said he will overhaul the squad going into the 2025 FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Chile. Meanwhile, Nigeria will take on host Egypt in the third-place match on Sunday. And that was our news at 10. Just before we go, carry out proper and adequate checks on your vehicles before setting out. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X, formerly Twitter, Traffic Radio 961, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961, Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. On YouTube, subscribe and watch all our previous programs and news on our channel, Traffic Radio 961. Did you know that Sanwo-Olu administration empowered over 1,000 residents at the third phase of the Mega Empowerment Program? Well, you can get more details on the Legacy Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. The Legacy Government has warned that any resident of the state who attacks its law enforcement officers on duty, especially the officers of the Central Business District, CBD, will face the full wrath of the law. The House of Representatives has called for the establishment of at least one computer-based testing CBT in each of the 774 local government areas of the country for the Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination, UTME. We also told you that Turkey has confirmed that peace talks between Russia and Ukraine will take place this morning in Istanbul, including a representative from the United States. And in sport, Flying Eagles head coach Aliou Zubairu has accepted responsibility for his team's defeat to South Africa in their semi-final encounter at the 2025 Africa Under-20 Cup of Nations. And for contact with the newsroom, send a message to Lagos Traffic Radio at lagosstate.gov.ng. And that ends the news broadcast. This was compiled by Adewale Olokboroku. Thank you for listening, Lagos. My name is Mike James. Good morning.
Don't you think it is better to get the updates fast and undiluted from a trusted and reliable source